Thanks for joining me today. We're actually going to be tying up a hair rig. This is a question I get asked a lot here by my Canadian angling friends. So I thought I'd take this opportunity through Tight Lines Shore Fishing Academy to do a short video on how to tie this type of rig. So it's pretty simple really, and for the purpose of this exercise I'm going to use kind of a thicker line, so that I'm going to use 8-pound line so that you can actually see the line while I tie the rig. So we start off by cutting maybe a meter length of line. So this, as I said, this is 8-pound line. I usually use 4-pound line or 5-pound line to do this, to do my rigs for feeder fishing or for my hook lengths when I'm float fishing. Now, so we have our 1 meter line. First thing we need to do is just tie a normal knot on one side. So we turn this around 3 or 4 times. Just a simple knot. Always moisten your knot so that you don't burn the line. Like so. That's just a simple overhand knot, and you turn it around 3 or 4 times. And now cut off the excess bit at the bottom, like so. Cut it as close as you can. Okay. Now we have these stoppers. So basically, what these stoppers are. These are Trabuco stoppers. They're called fast stops. Basically, what these are, they're just a piece of plastic. I'll take one off here. Just basically a piece of plastic, and they have a hole going through the middle, and then they're hollow on the inside. So, and that's going to stop your bait from falling off the hair that you leave at the end of your hook. So what we do is we get the other side, we'll look for the hole. Bear with me a minute because my eyes are not what they used to be. Oh, I got that in pretty quickly. So yeah, oh, no I never. Let's try again. There we go, that's better. So yeah, so we've passed the stop knot through the stopper, through the other end of the hook. As you can see, it's free running, and we push that all the way down to the knot that we'd created before, like so. Okay, now we need to tie a hook. So basically, I'm going to use a size 10 hook. Size 10 would be one of the bigger hooks that I would use. I'd be more comfortable and confident using a size 14 or a size 12. And don't let the size of the hook put you off, because you can catch big fish with small hooks. So for this purpose, I'm going to use a salmon egg hook. And the reason for that is, let me just pull one out here. See if I can. Okay. The reason for that is that these hooks are wide, which is what we want. They're short, and then they have an angled eye. Okay, it has to be a night hook in order to do this knot, which is called a knot in a slot actually. So to tie the knot, now what we do is We pass the line through the back of the eye. If I can see, there we go, like that. Pull the line through. Now what you need to do is you need to leave maybe a centimeter. Not sure if you can see that. Maybe a centimeter of hair. That's why it's called hair. A piece of hair, line hair, right? Extending from the bottom of the hook. Now what that's going to do is that's where we're going to put our bread punch or our sweet corn. I mean, you could make it shorter if you wanted to only use one piece of sweet corn, but my way of doing it is to leave maybe 1 centimeter, and that way then you can use both. You can use the rig both for bread, corn, or pieces of worm for that matter. Whatever you think works for you, that you can thread through, and I'll show you eventually how we actually bait this up. So now we're going to tie the knotless knot. Now in order to tie the knotless knot, we hold with our left hand and we turn the line down the shank of the hook. Try keep it nice and neat behind each other. And keep turning this around maybe a few times. My favorite number is 8, so make sure they're all tight up against each other, like so. See, so now we've wrapped it around 8 times. Now what we need to do is pass it from the back once again. It's very important that you tie it from the back, because the line has to come. There we go. Oh, that went through quickly. Wet the line. Always moisten. When you're doing knots, always moisten the lines, right? We all know that, so that you don't get burns. Okay, well, that's perfect. That turned out really, really good. So basically, that's what you're looking for. I'll put it up against my hand so maybe you can see it better. So that's what you're looking for. Okay, that's the hook, the hair, and then your stopper, your fast stopper. Now, the length of the hook length is a preference, right? I mean, if you're float fishing, basically, usually you might have 6 to 8 inches is quite normal for a good float hook length. I'm going to do a feeder. I'm going to do a hook length for a feeder, and I like mine pretty long. I like mine 60 to 70 meters long. So what I do is I calculate roughly the 60, maybe a bit less. Yeah, 60 is good. Okay, now I'm going to create a boom. Now to create a boom, what I do is I grab the line and I twist it. It's a bit sweaty. Hold on. There we go. Okay. This is a bit fiddly until you get used to it. So you twist the line, both lines against each other, like that. Just twist them around and create what we call a boom. So I usually do it maybe go around about 10 times. This is one actually for, as I mentioned, this is one actually for feeder fishing, when you're feeder fishing. Okay, that's about right. Okay, then make a little loop, pass it through twice, moisten the line again. This one especially is very important, especially if moisten the line, especially if you're using thin, low diameter lines, low poundage lines like 4 pound, because that's where you'll get your snap offs if you don't wet the line properly. Okay, so now we've created our boom. Okay, so basically this loop here, as you can see it, this loop just comes naturally, and what that's for is that you connect your swivel to that. So basically what happens here is this comes off your main, this will be coming away from your feeder. So your feeder would be connected to your main line, and this actually pushes the boom actually pushes your rig away from the feeder, like so. So yeah, so basically that's it. That's the hair rig. So your boom, the twisted line, and then your actual hook and your stopper. Now, for the purpose of this exercise, I'm actually going to bait up using bread punch. Now, in order to do bread punch, just put these down here for now. These are tools that we use to do our bread punches. This one's a 6mm, and this one's maybe less. I mean, this is about 4 to 5 millimeters. It's about 6 or 7 millimeter. So what we do is this. Always use fresh bread. And by the way, in winter especially, fresh bread is an excellent bait. Okay, so we get our little tool. We got our fresh bread on a hard base, and all we do is we punch in to the bread like so. Maybe one more time. Okay. And then we can actually either pull them up from the top like that, or push them out from the bottom like that. Now we have this tool here, which is just a pin with a handle. It's a baiting tool basically, which fits into your fast stop. So we pick up our hook and fast stop again. As I said before, the fast stop is hollow in the middle, so we actually place the pin into the fast stop like so. Just making sure that you're okay there, like that. Right, so that's, now all you need to do is you get your piece of bread and you push the stopper through the center of the bread, just like so, until it comes out the other one. You got to be gentle with this so that you don't break the bread. Perfect. Look at that. That is the perfect bread punch on a hair rig. Oh yeah, try it. Favorite, definitely my favorite. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and from Tight Lines Fishing Academy, happy days. Have a good one.